after the bad guys' technology continues to evolve, the good guys realize they really need to upgrade their game. So, they decide to combine the Zenith Megazord with the Mach Megazord, and for speed purposes I've done a few things to show that. As you can see, the Croc Carrier is in its fancy shoes mode, and the High Octane Megazord is showing that he loves us this much, or possibly caught a fish this big, in preparation. So, as for the limbs, the back of the tiger and chicken have been separated. I took the shield off the back, including the hinge, which normally that doesn't happen. For this purposes, it does have to happen. The wolf and shark are both in their normal modes. And I took those engine things off the whale for a future purpose, which we will get right to. Okay, so these things are actually just heel spurs. That's bright. That's better. They basically just click onto the back of the Megazord and provide a little bit of stability, and they don't simply peg in at random. They have spots where they correspond with the heels, so you know what goes where, which I thought was clever. Next, we take the crest off the tail crest off the chicken and attach it to the chest of the Megazord, and it's a fairly sturdy peg, and now the bird's got shades. Then we come to a fairly difficult part of the transformation, as this clip on the bottom folds out, and it's rather finicky to get out, like so, and it's repositioned there. And for the chicken, all you have to do after that is carefully fold up and tab together the 4 blades to become 2 blades. And you also, you also unfold the clip on the tiger and fold it down. And this next part has to be off camera because it's rather difficult. You take the chicken and the tiger, and without everything coming apart, you tab the chicken and tiger onto the open areas of the arms on the Megazord, but for some reason they decided that the clips should be rather loose, so it can be rather bothersome to get them in place the first try. So that's why this didn't happen on camera, because that's a stubborn bird, that's a stubborn cat. Next, we take the shark and the wolf, peg them back into their respective parts on the underarms, Okay. Then we take the Zord. We take the head off, put it back in place over the Megazord head, rotate the fins so they're like they were with the Megazord mode, but now facing the other side. We rotate the legs so they're positioned like so, and moving the fins back a bit, rotating the fins back. Then we split the Zord. Ow. Then we take a little clip which pulls out and folds down, and two more clips which fold up. We peg the shield of the high-octane Megazord into the back there, and technically we're supposed to be able to peg the helmet of the Zenith Megazord there, right in between the legs. But honestly, you could just fold it back and put it where it normally goes, because it's not really necessary. Next, this is the tricky part. You have to line up a pair of clips on top and a pair of clips on the bottom without everything sliding out of place. And this can be rather tiresome, since this is going to take all night. Since the okay, what am I doing wrong here? Since the Zords don't have their locking mechanisms like they should, stuff has a tendency to slip and slide, and the head of the line hauler has just popped out on me, and it does not want to go back into place. Okay, finally. So, yeah. That's essentially the connection you're making, and it can be very, very difficult, which is why I don't do this combination often. You then take the wings of the tiger, fold out the face of the new Megazord, fold up the wings, and it does a rather loose friction fit, and the wings tend to be a bit floppy, but overall it kind of works. You just have to wiggle it a bit and kind of hope that it gets in the right spot. There we go. And presenting the, let me pull the camera back a bit, the Skyrev Megazord. Explosions and things happen because it's awesome! Let's get in close. The semi-bothersome, semi-awesome face mask. And then we have a wolf, not wolf, tiger. a chicken, bird, bear, big cat, shark, wolf, croc, and way on the back, a whale. Now, this alone is a bit of a cluster F-bomb of a Zord. Excuse me. And believe it or not, we're not finished. I mean, besides the fact that the true cluster F-bomb of a Zord shows up soon. We also have a wheel. Yes, a wheel. Between the final Zord and... well, actually, I should... no, let's do this. If I can be quick. Between the final Zord and now, the team comes up with a kind of a warrior wheel, the Road Attack. Now, the Sentai toy actually had a proper Megazord size Road Attack, and this one's more of a mini Zord, but it does what the other Zord is supposed to, well, almost everything that the other Zord is supposed to do. It rolls on its own, trigger. It uses the engine cell, only this one you do not want to put in any other Zord because it can be rather finicky. But instead of going into this Zord, it presses out a bit of kibble, which reveals visible body syndrome. Hi. And you sequester that away. And then at this point you can split the legs, fold them down into a sort of ostrich-esque stance. I really wish they'd put better hinges on this thing. But yeah, now it's got legs. You come around to the back and untab the arms, rotate them forward, like so, and you open up the shoulders, which were covering the head just a second ago. Hi! And there we go. The Road Attack Zord, as interpreted by Bandai America. Now, yeah, it's a little disappointing that we didn't get a properly sized Megazord size Road Attack Zord, but honestly, this version works. The bigger combinations can actually use this Zord in a similar fashion to the Warrior Wheel, in that they charge up and shoot it at the enemy. So it's still pretty integral to the finishers. And it's not a bad Zord. It's got a lot of detail. I love the chrome on it. It's very shiny. It just doesn't quite transform the way it's supposed to, and it's too small. Those are my only gripes with it. I'm glad we got it, period. Now I'm probably running out of camera time, so I will leave it at that. When next we meet, it's Ultra Boom time. Stay tuned and get in gear.